My name is Polly. I am 34 years old. I am a nurse. I have been a nurse for 10 years. I like to help people. But sometimes my job is not easy. Sometimes the pain is not in the body. It is in the heart. I work in a big house. I work for a man named Mr. Chester. He is 70 years old. Mr. Chester cannot walk well. He had a stroke last year. His legs are weak. His left hand is weak. He needs help with everything. He needs help to eat. He needs help to dress. That is why I am here. I am his private nurse. I live in the city, but I come to his house every morning. I stay until the evening. Mr. Chester is rich. He worked hard all his life. He had a big company. He made a lot of money, but money cannot buy health. Money cannot buy true love. Let me tell you about his wife. Her name is Grace. She is much younger than Mr. Chester. She is 40 years old. Grace is very beautiful. She wears expensive clothes. When I first started this job, I liked Grace. I thought she was a good wife. She hired me. She said, "Please take care of my husband. I love him very much. I want him to be happy." I believed her. Every morning I arrive at the house at 8 o'clock. I go to Mr. Chester's room. I say, "Good morning, Mr. Chester." He says, "Good morning, Polly." Then I wash his face. I feed him breakfast. At 10 o'clock, Grace comes in. She always brings flowers. She says to Chester, "Good morning, my love." She kisses his forehead. Chester's face changes when he sees her. He looks happy. He loves her very much. He says, "Hello, Grace. You look beautiful." Grace says, "Thank you, darling." She holds his hand. They talk for a few minutes, but she never stays long. She says, "I have to go, Chester. I have a meeting with the accountant." Or she says, "I have to go to the gym." Or she says, "My mother needs me today." Chester never complains. He says, "Okay, Grace, have a good day." Grace kisses him again. Then she looks at me. She says, "Take care of him, Polly." Then she leaves. Chester looks sad again. He says to me, "Grace is very busy. Taking care of this big house is hard." I say, "Yes, Mr. Chester, it is a big job." I do not want to make him sad, so I agree with him, but I noticed that Grace was always on her phone. When she was in the room with Chester, her phone rang. She looked at it and smiled. Then she hid the phone in her pocket. I noticed that she dressed very nicely to go to the gym. She wore silk blouses and high heels. Who wear high heels to the gym? One day Chester was sleeping. I went to the kitchen to get water. I heard Grace talking on her phone. She thought she was alone. She said, "I miss you too. I will be there soon. Chester is sleeping. The nurse is watching him. Yes. Meet me at the usual place. I can't wait." I froze. Who was she talking to? It was not her mother. It was not the accountant. Grace turned around and saw me. Her face went pale. She looked scared. I said, "Mrs. Grace, I did not hear anything." I lied. Grace said, "Good." Then she left the house. I felt sick. Chester needed love, but his wife was lying to him. I felt angry. I wanted to tell him, but I was scared. If I tell him, maybe he will not believe me. Grace is his wife. He loves her. I am just a nurse. She can fire me. Then who will take care of him? I take good care of him. A new nurse might not care about him, so I stayed silent. One evening, my car broke down in front of a restaurant. I saw a car parked in front. It was Grace's car. I looked at the restaurant window. I saw Grace. She was wearing a red dress. Across from her was a man. He was young, maybe 30 years old. He was handsome. He was holding her hand. Then they kissed. It was real. Grace had a boyfriend. She was cheating on Chester. He trusted her. I felt tears in my eyes. I did not sleep well that night. The next morning I went to work. I said, "Good morning, Chester." He said, "Good morning, Polly." Then he looked at me and said, "Do you think Grace is happy?" My heart beat fast. He suspected something. I said, I think she seems happy. She smiles a lot." Chester said, "No, you know. I see it in your face. You are a terrible liar, Polly." He reached out and held my hand. He said, "Please, I am an old man. I do not have much time left. I do not want to be a fool. Everyone treats me like a child. They think, poor Chester, he is sick. He does not understand. But I understand. I feel the distance. Tell me, Polly, what do you know?" I looked at him. I saw his pain. He deserved the truth. I said, "Chester, last night I saw Grace. She was at a restaurant. She was with a man." Chester closed his eyes. He did not cry. I said, "I am sorry, Chester. I am so sorry to tell you this." Just then, Grace walked in with flowers. She leaned down to kiss Chester, but he turned his face away. Grace looked confused. She said, "Chester, what is wrong?" Chester looked at her. He said, "The flowers are beautiful. Did you buy them on your way from the gym, or did you buy them after your dinner last night?" Grace froze. Her smile dropped. She said, "What do you mean?" "I had dinner with my mother last night." Chester said, "Stop. Stop lying, Grace. Please have some respect for me." Grace looked at Chester. Then she looked at me. Her eyes were full of anger. She said, "What did you tell him, you little spy?" Chester shouted, "Do not speak to her like that." Grace said, "Chester, listen to me." Chester said, "No, I do not want to listen to your stories anymore. I gave you everything, Grace. I gave you my home. I gave you my heart. And you gave me lies." Grace said, "I am lonely, Chester. You are sick. You are always in bed. I need a life, too." Chester said, "I know it is hard to be with a sick man. I never wanted to be a burden. If you wanted to leave, you could leave. You could ask for a divorce. I would give it to you. But you chose to cheat. You chose to lie. You wanted my money, but you did not want to be my wife." Grace said nothing. Chester looked at her and said, "Get out of my house. Go to him, but do not come back here." Grace knew her game was over. She turned around and walked out of the room. Chester looked at me and said, "Thank you, Polly. That was 6 months ago. Life is different now. Chester is divorced. Grace got some money, but not everything. Chester is happy with that. Sometimes he misses the woman he thought she was, but then he remembers the truth. Sometimes we are afraid to speak. But honesty is the best medicine. Remember, you are strong. You can face hard things, and you are never alone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people you love. But most of all, be honest with them. That is the greatest gift you can give. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.